digital engagements, whether that be with prospective students or employees, already was very important and was quite effective, right? But it will undoubtedly increase even more, right, in this new age of COVID-19 and afterwards. What are some of the thought leaders and maybe platforms such as, I don't know, LinkedIn saying about all this?
Yeah, I think I'll hop on some of the elements that were shared by Rafa on this one. Yes, people are actually expecting us to take this time to upskill, as you mentioned, and no wonder that TED conferences is the profile that is the most followed on LinkedIn, actually. Something very interesting as well, I think it's going to be how the interviews are gonna be like afterwards, because if we go to some little statistics on LinkedIn, which actually, thank God it exists, because it's a platform that is actually bringing a lot of the ecosystem together in this new digital world. They are providing us with a lot of business intelligence as well. And I do think that now we really need to stick to what's happening on the platform to actually improve our understanding of future trends. And if we see, for example, that some of the most used terms right now in LinkedIn are things like crisis management, online collaboration, remote working, then those would be some of the skills that future employers would be waiting for their employees to have, right? And if you cannot right now say in an interview, what did you do during these 2 months to actually upskill in those terms, then it's going to be a little tricky, let's say, within the recruitment process, right? So that's something that needs to be taken into account. But I also think that, again, going back to opportunities, this is really an opportunity to be more present right now on social media. If you think about the main element that is happening right now in the digital ecosystem, it's content. Everyone is craving for content. Everyone wants to be present some way. And even if there's not much actually happening right now in terms of revenue, as Rose was mentioning, I do think that right now it's the moment for everyone actually to be there, be visible. And even if you cannot write an article, for example, that's absolutely fine. But there comes a point where we're looking for that human sense. And whenever we get a comment from someone, or someone gives me a little heart instead of a like, or gives me a light bulb on LinkedIn, the relationship is different. And this is where actually the online interactions are taking us. So I do think that we'll come stronger afterwards, but this is a transition that all of us need to be aware of. And it's also enabling us to actually reach to people that we weren't supposed to, or we weren't allowed to reach before. Because right now, a lot of CEOs, for example, and decision-making people are themselves communicating on LinkedIn. And if you are interested in entering this job market, now you can just send this person a LinkedIn message or say, hey, that article is really great. And even if it's little tiny details, at least you're making yourself visible throughout this period where we're all confined, right? So I do think that those are part of the expectations of tomorrow's employment.